Yoga is a journey of self-discovery and self-actualization. Every time we practice yoga, we discover a little more of our mind-body-spirit integration. And once we experience this integration within ourselves, we begin to understand and appreciate our oneness with the universe around us. Namaste. Hello and welcome to IYER, Integrated Yoga Exercise Routine Class 1. Namaste. My name is Sunder and this is the first of the many classes you and I will be sharing in this fascinating journey of yoga and self-discovery. Yoga is a journey of going within. It is a practice that we undertake to understand the inner processes within us, to become aware of an inner presence. And for this, nature has provided us fantastic tools: our bodies, our breath, and our mind. So we are going to work with our body, understand why we take these certain poses, understand the meaning behind these poses, and then become aware of the breathing during these poses. How do I breathe in getting into a pose? How do I breathe out as I come out of a pose? How do I breathe while in the pose? And the awareness of the body and the breath, the harmony between the body and the breath, will finally allow us to appreciate the realms of the mind. And only when we conquer our breath and our bodies can we understand and attempt to conquer this fleeting thoughts in our mind, this racing thoughts in our mind. And through our breath, as we will learn in this practice of yoga, and that's why I call this a journey of self-discovery, we're going to learn how to slow down these thoughts, think between these thoughts, and take vacation between thoughts. That is how powerful yoga can be. So, in the first class, what do we learn? The first and the foremost lesson that we learn as we begin this yoga, as it was taught thousands of years ago in a civilization in the remote corners of India, the first thing we learn is Namaste. Why Namaste? Because this is how a yoga teacher and a yoga student greet each other. And this is how I greet you and you greet me. What is Namaste? You have seen this. Many people do this, and it's very common in India. We greet each other, and we think it is bowing to somebody else. Well, that is partly true. But the true meaning of Namaste literally means Nama, meaning not me. It's not about me. So when the teacher enters the class and he says Namaste, he brings in humility to the class. He or she brings in the attitude of it's not about what I know, it's all about what the student needs to learn. The student is a primary focus of a teacher. So it's not about the teacher. So the teacher says Namaste. It's not about me, but about you. The student, such as you, will come to a class and do Namaste, because the student says, it's not about what I know, it's not about my conditional thinking or the conditioned thinking. I'm going to lay all that aside and come to the class with an open mind, with an attitude of reverence, with an attitude to learn more. So it's not about me, it's about what you have to offer. So that is how in yoga, when we say Namaste and begin a session, in a relationship, we say Namaste and begin a relationship. We bring in the attitude of reverence, the attitude of humility, and the attitude and the readiness to learn and discover more. So Namaste, once again. And thank you for giving me this honor to share my perspectives in yoga. Let us learn how to do this Namaste from a yogic point of view. In this class, we are going to lay foundations, and in the first few classes, we're going to spend a lot of time just laying foundations and establishing the link between the breath and the body. That is very crucial as we progress in yoga. So in Namaste, when we bend our head, we bring in the attitude of humility. So we do this, and we will learn this as we go along. Okay? So, how do we understand and appreciate the relationship with the body and the breath? The first thing, let's take the body and understand how Namaste is done. And then I will bring the breathing into the Namaste pose. Okay? The first exercise in Namaste is Namaste here. The first step. Okay? This is the first step in Namaste. So you're here. Don't worry about the breathing right now, as long as you're breathing in and out. We will coordinate it as we go along. The first step is this. Bring your palms together, fold your palms, your thumbs pointing to the center of your chest. Now, you don't want your palms straight up like this. This makes all these places very tight. You want to be relaxed. It's like this, pointing towards the person in front of you. That's why it is not about me, but you. So the Namaste is like this. All your fingers, all our senses point towards that person. We offer everything that we know to the person in front of us and say, it's all about you, not about me. Okay? So this is the first thing. You can do it as I speak, so we can do this together. The second thing that we do, the second step in Namaste, is learning to bend our head. From a yoga point of view, this is very important because this is a bandha, or we're going to learn about asanas and mudras and bandhas as we go along. These are Sanskrit terms, but I will explain to you as we go along. It's a simple lock that we engage in yoga to get into a higher state of awareness, an awareness of what's going on within us. Okay, but for now, we just bend our neck slightly forward. You don't want to go all the way down, but just slightly forward. This bending of our head brings in the attitude of reverence and humility. It's not about me. I am coming to the class with an open mind to learn. And the teacher says, it's not about me. I am coming to this class with humility and with the attitude to share everything that I know. Okay, now let's try this in the yogic method. In yoga, in a yoga class, every movement that we do has to be coordinated with our breathing. Why? Because then you become conscious as to why am I moving. Once you become aware of the breath, it kind of arrests your thought and brings it to the moment. You want to experience being in the moment. Yoga is a fantastic way to do that. So what do we do here? Instead of just quickly saying Namaste, we're going to coordinate it with our breath. Okay? Now, every time I breathe out, I'm going to move. And this is my way of sharing the breath in yoga. And this is very crucial. And while it's not the scope of this class, as we go along, I'm going to share as to why we do that. But for now, every moment, assuming that you and I are still like this, as I'm teaching, I'm going to move my hands, but I'm assuming you're just going to be still. Every movement that we do, we will coordinate with an exhalation. Okay? So I'm going to breathe in. And as I breathe out, I bring these palms together. Then I breathe in. As I breathe out, I bend my head down. And then I breathe in and out. This is how we do Namaste. So let's do it together. Class 1, the first exercise in yoga. Let's bring in humility, reverence, and a desire and a passion to learn more about ourselves. So breathe in. And as you breathe out, join your palms and bring them together. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bend your head gently forward. Breathe in and out for one full cycle. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we are going to raise our head back. So you breathe in, and as you breathe out, raise your head back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, get your palms back down. Isn't that wonderful? Let's do that one more time. Breathe in. As you breathe out, join your palms together. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bend your head gently forward. Breathe in. As you breathe out, get your head back to position. Breathe in. As you breathe out, get your palms down. This is the basic lesson in yoga. We learned about how a pose in the body brings about the attitude in the mind, and we learned to move our body with breathing. We are going to spend more time in understanding and appreciating that every time we move our body, we become conscious of our breathing. And every time we are conscious of our breathing, we become conscious of how and why we move. My yoga classes will be slow paced, so I want to caution you. Yoga is a slow, step by step journey. We are not going to be chasing one asana after the other. So don't be disappointed if you're not learning, quote unquote, some new asana in every class. Sometimes it's important that we stay in the same asana, the pose, or the practice till we understand it correctly. There were days I would sit in front of a teacher and learn nothing, apparently. And my young mind, as I was young in 12 and 13 years, I would say, why don't I learn more? But now when I look back, I don't regret what I learned, because those days, every single word they spoke, every single perspective these masters shared was so profound. I hope to share those as we go along. And this, I'm going to allow in my classes the higher intuition to guide me. This is not scripted. So I hope you enjoy them. And I hope I enjoy them. I know I will. Yoga is my passion. And in sharing this inner awareness that has blessed and enriched my life, I hope that I can help you enrich your life too. As with every class, from this very first class, we are going to bring our sessions of yoga to an end with an inspirational thought. And this can be shared no better and none other than my dearest friend and mentor, Ratanjit Sonde. So again, with an open mind, let's listen to his thought and inspiration for today. Thank you for taking this class. And until we meet again, have a blessed day. Namaste.
Namaste. It is not about me. It is all about you. But what in you? Who in you? Is it your gender? Is it your education? Is it your title? Is it your nationality, or is it your age? It is beyond that. It is the power within you. To invoke this power, practice unconditional gratefulness during every moment. This mindset positions you for a sustainable success and a stress-free life. The power within me bows to the power within you, unifying us into oneness. May this power enrich and empower your day.